Hello there everyone, this is Neko Knight here, getting ready to play The Infected. Woo, stuttered there for a moment. So today we're going to be filling up defense. I went ahead and pre-set out the place. May have to do some adjustments, but we got a hell of a distance to cover and a lot of it. Yeah, baby. While we're at it, some things that I discovered and we're going to be grabbing and doing this, is number one, I seem to have managed to screw up Mike's AI with a couple of things. For example, all of these onion boxes were full. I cleared out one box, and oops, and there was all the onions in here were ready to harvest, all of them. So apparently, because of that, he would automatically queued every last onion in here and then proceeded to harvest every last one, trying to fill up that one box. When the box was full, he would search through every single box, and then after every single box was searched through, he would magically dump the onions somewhere. In other words, he would trash them into the mythical force because he realized, oops, and as a result, all those onions went bye-bye. But he did finish refilling this, so we got more biofuel on the way. I think the issue is because there's so many boxes and they don't have onions, but instead spoiled food. It might be confusing him. Another thing I've learned is that if you want him to function, do not close the door. Apparently, if you close the door, he cannot get into it. Because at one point, this ran out of potatoes. So I'm like, he's not doing anything. Found out I had to open the door to get him working again. Yay! Learning things. Alright, we're gonna grab a bunch of iron because our goal is to get a hell of a lot. Now, I think I have like over three. How many of these do we hit? How much iron does this take? Three. We need 3 iron fragments. I'm assuming I have more than 100. So I think we're gonna need about 300 iron and 300 fragments, maybe even significantly more than that. Thankfully, we've got that going right here. 3,000 iron fragments. So this should actually cover everything I need. But we're gonna empty all these out because I need to, and we're running a little low. So we're going to pretty much take all. We're gonna throw all the iron fragments into all of these that we can, and everything else will go into the other crud. I'm gonna probably trash the sand in this because right now I'm not making any cement, and we've got one. We've got kind of one, and we have a hell of a lot of clay because we're gonna need a lot of clay. Now, uh, I try to show playthroughs of the games, so if you got suggestions or you got ideas or you want to see something, make sure to leave a comment. I'll try and get to it if I can. Admittedly, I am working a full-time job, working 10 hours a day, 5 days a week for about, I don't know, 3 to 6 months. Yeah, baby. Gotta love poor management and not knowing how to run a business. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, before I go get on a rant and a tangent and blah 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 and explode from stress and that, I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, back to the game. Woo! So yeah, we got a hell of a lot. Part of the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to be able to, whatever you call it, have enough defense to take care of everything. And I'm tired of the enemies like breaking my stuff and everything else in between. So yeah, You can already see we have hell of a lot of stuff here. Ooh, we got plenty of iron. I'm gonna go throw it into the whatever you call it, the furnace. Admittedly, I don't know if it's gonna be fast enough, and I think because I'm not using biofuel as my main source of money, I think I'm gonna trash all but maybe two, maybe 3 boxes. I'm not sure. But basically, plan is trash as many as possible and all that. At some point, I think we're going to do some wiring and stuff. In other words, I'm going to be adding in relays. I'm going to be adding in all kinds of other fun crud in the process so we can take care of wires going all over the place. We can take care of the other crud going all over the place and this and that and assuming this, there's 40, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 10 boxes because that one slightly pokes through the roof, which I'm gonna have to go up top, grab that, bring it down underneath. So that way we don't have the issue of stuff poking through. But we got 10 boxes full there. Then we've got a few stray boxes floating around here that are full of iron somewhere. Same for and places like the aluminum here. We got some iron there. More iron there. More iron there. We have that, which is pretty close to being full. I think we'll go start dumping some of the fragments because we're gonna. I pretty much went all. I think we're gonna have to go around this way. Give me that. And fill up in here. The problem is oh, apparently if you're crouching and picking this up, you remain crouched. You can't uncrouch. That's interesting. But we're gonna get this full. We're gonna have to come back and forth a couple times, but for now we're just gonna dump whatever we can and get as many of these as. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll probably count off camera how many of these we have and see how much the total amount of iron and iron fragments that's going to be needed for this. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a hell of a lot. And it's going to be forever if I keep filling up like this. Hopefully we can get most of this done today. The problem might actually be relying on the number of ores or the number of ingots I have to get done. Because it's going to take a while to burn a bunch. I mean, we can do about 20 per round, but still. Yay! Another problem is being able to add materials like this, because on the back side you can't see it for some reason. Now these can and will damage the enemies. The problem is I don't know how much it will damage the enemies. Admittedly, I think they should deal more damage to the enemies than the spikes, and they should be significantly more resistant to the enemy damage. I have turned down the building structure damage to my structures so that, that's apparently I gotta fix the spacing of some of these because they're a little wide, but we'll worry about that later. Holy crud, I got through a hell of a lot. At this point, I might be able to use my excess on crafting. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm going to refix these. I think we'll leave it with small little gaps in it. Might as well. Admittedly, some of these are a little bit bigger than small gaps, and I didn't realize that. I could have swore I would put them together as is, but sometimes you don't see it until you have actually placed it and go running through. At least it seems to be consistent to... Nope, never mind. I was going to say consistent to a degree, but yeah, nope. Holy crud. Might end up only be waiting on ingots at this rate. I didn't think I would have enough iron fragments. But yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do in this game. A lot of tips, tricks, helpful hints, and stuff. I've shown quite a bit throughout my playthroughs. I've shown some neat things you could do. I've shown you some things like how to make gold stupidly fast, like 8 gold per minute, and what you need to be able to do that. It's actually pretty easy and pretty cheap. Oh, where do we stop at? Here. I think we'll put a little marker. Other. There we go. That lets me know that I ended up right up over here for fragments. Whee! Let's hop over that. Now, part of the reason why I put a gap here is because Mike takes 8 miles to run around, and it's annoying as hell. So I kind of wanted to speed up his process to get things done. I'm going to have to do all kinds of filling in and moving things around, but once we start getting all this crud dealt with, we'll be good to go. Woo! Alright. Now, again, if you want tips, tricks, helpful hints, leave a comment on what you would like to know. I'll try my best to give you them, show you, explain. If I've already done it in a previous episode, I'll probably recommend watching my series. Otherwise, yep. Alright. We've got my power station up there. We've got all kinds of other crud, and thankfully this... Wait, what? What? How the hell did I miss one? Oh well. Doesn't matter. It's fine. We'll just grab this and fill it in again. This time, hopefully, we don't miss. The only thing I can think of is I accidentally grabbed it like that. Apparently, I did not know you could actually right-click that back out. So that most likely was what happened. Woo! We'll move this around, and we'll move these around, so that way I can actually start filling in a bunch more. Yep. Any more iron I got floating around? Yes. Now, I do have more plans, more builds. We're gonna have a wiring episode at some point where I'm gonna start slapping down relays and start slapping wires all over the place, and ooh, blizzard, yay! That's gonna be fun. I should go grab some of the... Actually, you know what? Let's make some boots. Might as well. They're not gonna help with the winter, but I mean, more armor, more protection. Boop. Okay, well, drink that. Bada boom, bada bang. That should take care of our freezing, and should get us back warmed up. Woohoo! I love the coffee and the tea. Admittedly, I'm not a fan of it in real life. Oops, I forgot to dump out one of my cans. Oh well, I can always get more, or dump more. You know what? Screw it. We'll take the iron fragments. We're gonna need them anyways. Any more iron fragments hidden around here? I should also make some more batteries. Okay, well, we'll grab whatever we can out of here. Yeah, baby. Right, we should actually temporarily dump this off. Temporarily grab this. Move you, move you, move you. Perfect. We'll load in another batch in here. That should take care of some more. This is going to be a hell of a lot of building. Now, I've also explained building pieces I would love to see in the game and hope to see in the game at some point. And whether or not we will, that's a different story. Woo! Sometimes it takes a while for the developer to make the build pieces. Sometimes it requires a lot of work to get the pieces built and all kinds of other fun things. But still. Alright. Is it really still freezing? That's actually impressive. Alright, we're gonna go over here, up here. Nope, I missed. We're gonna just set you there, grab you. And we're gonna have to climb our way up. Nope. Okay. Gotta love when some of the things get in the way and become a... Really? I'm in the middle of building. Leave me alone. I don't need to be attacked right now. Yay! Wait. Yay! It's correct. You want the, I believe this part, because you can see on the build part here, you want that part facing out, and it should, damage the enemies if they, smack into it. Doesn't mean it will, they will, doesn't mean it will. What the? Alright. Oh. Where? They've been impaled somewhere. Holy crud. I think this has been one of the longest blizzards I've experienced. If it outlasts my coffee, that's gonna be a first. Especially since how late I took the coffee. Alright, well. We're getting all of this built. Oh, perfect timing. Yay! Okay. Now, I do wish we could have some more, more things. Some of the things I would love to see is advanced, some more advanced benches. So, for example, advanced oil distiller. Would love to see one of those. I would love to see advanced grinder. I would love to see. Well, actually, we don't need an advanced anvil, but still, what are things I would love to see advanced of? An advanced greenhouse. I would love to see one of those. An advanced barn. A well, I guess an advanced oil pump. That way it can run clay soil extractors on top of it. I would love to see an advanced mineral extractor. So the advanced one allows you to harvest lead and harvest a few of other resources. What else would be neat? An advanced drying rack. So if you hook it up to electricity, you can dry the meat faster. I don't know why you would want it to have dry meat, but you never know. Maybe someone wants to be able to dry a bunch of meat, even though there's a freezer. The greenhouse, you hook up electricity and you hook up water to it. That way you can grow plants faster, twice as fast. I would also love to see a wood chipper. So the idea behind the wood chipper is that you can select what resources you want and all that fun stuff. So like if you want to make what's it called? If you want to take a log, you can convert it into a what is it? You can convert it all into firewood, or you can convert it all into sticks, or you can convert it all into uh what is the next thing after that? Bark. So you can chop it down and turn it into bark. Then the next level after that, you could turn it into plant fiber. In other words, all these choices to choose from. So that way you can be like, da, 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 and it would. Oh, I didn't realize I had a bunch. I forgot that I had a bunch of iron hidden around. Woo! But yeah, you would be able to do stuff like that. The advanced stiller, you wouldn't have to rely on coal. You just hook it up into electricity and it would process it. The other things that would be neat to have advanced of. Hmm. Tell you the truth, wind turbines and solar panels, even though we have the watermill for that. Furniture, that's just decoration. Same thing for decoration. I would love to have an advanced town hall, or in other words, a bigger town hall, like significantly bigger. Some other things that would be nice is also that the foundations and stuff come, in other words, the buildings they have the foundations connected into them already, so you don't have to build the foundations and then build them. They're a complete unit, and then you can snap them to the whatever you call it, snap it to uh, your structures. Like if I wanted to snap it to this part here, I could be like, boop, da da da, it's snapped and built. Yay! Stuff like that. The advanced grinder would be kind of neat to have advanced that, because then you could be like, boom, electric, and it's faster. So instead of spending like what 10 seconds, 30 seconds sitting here sharpening, it's like bada boom, bada bang, you're done. And so would love to see steel tools. All right, steel tools would be nice. Basically allow people to speed chop and speed harvest resources, or make it a skill book, or so that when you go out and you whatever you call it, when you go out and start harvesting trees and start harvesting other resources of that nature, you can get the skill book and it will allow you to chop down trees and stuff. But I think steel steel tools would be nice. It would be a fun improvement, and it would be basically another tier of progression. So you're not just like whatever you call it. Uh, it's basically another tier of progression. Is pretty much all it is. So if you want to speed chop trees faster, so it's like instead of taking like 3 hits for a small tree, it's like 10, or not 10, but 1. So it's like boom, 1, boom, 1, boom, 1. Admittedly, you can still do speed chopping. You just gotta time it right, like with this. As you can see here, I could be like, and it just burns through all kinds of stuff. We're burning through iron fast. I might have to look into making a second, whatever you call it. The problem is I currently don't have enough bricks. Alright, well, let's take whatever fragments we do have, run along here, get to wherever we need to, continue filling in the fragments. So we made it to this one. Yes. So we'll continue on until we run out of fragments, which should be relatively quick. Then we can mark out the next one. We have enough for one more. Actually, we have enough for... Yep, okay. Now we can place another marker here, delete the other one. For that, we'll grab, at this point, basically just grab the, whatever you call it, the iron ore, and just load it in. We've got plenty of fragments in here. Like, I'm swimming in so much iron ore, I didn't even know what to do with it all. Now I do. A mega super base build or defense build. Thankfully, burning through the iron here is pretty fast. I don't have to worry about a lot of that. Although, at this point, I don't need to carry the... Wait, is there 20 here? I don't know if there's 20. At this point, with this, we're just doing it in batches. Okay, there was 20, but... So at this point, there's really no need for this. We'll just come down, run over, dump it, come back, repeat. I am going to have to start saving up a bunch of planks, a bunch of other crud in the process, which I probably should do right now. Might as well. We'll empty this out, or at least as much of this as we can. Because I want to get enough planks to do a lot of upgrading. Woo! Yeah, kind of figured. With all the iron, I can't, like, grab as much as I want. I gotta also think about what other couple things I want to grab from the place. We do have a few more benches to grab. We do have the repair bench, and we do have a few other items that we could grab. Okay, what's our electricity at? Sitting at? I think the forge just finished, but yeah, I probably should go slap on the or go slap in some oil in the process too, because I think we're missing. Oh yes, it is finishing up right now. I think we are. My brain just farted. Woo! Alright, we'll dump all this into here. We'll get this loaded up again. We'll grab whatever we can. But I am hoping to see more build pieces. I'm hoping to see some more things. Because I would love to be able to build some fancy structures. Like some real... Oh! Aw, dang it. We're one short? Not anymore. It's gonna be a little of a bit of off, but that's fine. Alright, we'll try and get this all reorganized. Gotta love the back and forth. You know, it might be easier just to do this by... Alright, let's see. Are we carrying anything unnecessary? Kind of. We'll go dump the water off in here. What about tools? Yeah, I guess we'll dump the axe. We don't need the axe. We will need a spear for emergency. So this should allow us to carry all of this. Or flip nuggets. I took so long that got finished, so I guess we'll take the cart with us this time. We'll take you and you, put that back in. Perfect. We'll take you, put you back over here. Grab some more iron. We're gonna have to climb up and grab the rest of the iron up there. Woo! There we go. Okay. We'll get as much of this filled in. We'll get you, you, and you, and there. Perfect. This should help out a lot. Had to fix something real quick. Now, we are going to have to start making gas and a few other things in the process because we are getting a little low on fuel. Once we get my defenses up and running, I'll probably finish filling in the rest of these to get rid of any excess iron that I might have or don't need. Woo! So let's just dump what we can. I am going to have to move the spikes around and move and organize things around. What the hell? Let me dump. Sheesh. Would be nice if we can make this a little bit easier to deal with. Perfect. At some point, I'm gonna try and get as much of this done. I'm not sure what else to talk about. I mean, we could talk about all kinds of stuff. Technically, I could talk about all kinds of stuff, but a lot of it is just the same stuff that I want to see, want to do, and all kinds of planning and everything else. Whee! Now, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I kind of want to have a nice protective place. And because of looks. Personally, it's mostly for looks because the spikes are the most efficient way to kill the enemies now that there is no more whatever you call it, the mini bosses. However, with the lore, oh, we're all done. With the lore though, personally, I feel like there's potential to bring the mini bosses back. So when you, for example, we're gonna need to eat and drink, but like with the mini bosses, you could potentially have it where that bunker that I explored in a previous episode, they could have the mini boss locked inside. And oh, is he still struggling with potatoes? Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically with the bunker, something that could be done is that the mini boss is locked up inside in one of the rooms. When you enter the code, it triggers the unlock procedure, and as a result, it will start blaring sirens and start blaring all kinds of other fun bits and bobs here, and that could attract a horde of the infected. And then it could also unlock a special room containing a mini boss in it. And that mini boss you would have to fight, and it could potentially hold a special, whatever you call it, a special blueprint. Maybe it could have the watermill. Oh, that was something else that I wanted an advanced oil extractor. Instead of taking like 4 minutes to extract oil, it takes 1 minute instead. So it's like you build the advanced extractor, and it's 1 minute per, and pretty much the same cost, same requirements, same power, same everything. The difference is that it's faster. Or you could double the mechanical parts, keep the power the same, or yeah, you can double the aluminum and the mechanical parts, keep everything else the same, the power, the screws, the steel, and instead it finishes oil in 1 minute. Right. Okay, we got food, we got all that crud. That was something else I would have liked to have had in advance of. The shovel, I still would like to have a shovel because there's some trees I don't want him to cut, and there are some trees I want to remain gone permanently. So the shovel will highlight a radius around the uh, trees, and it will mark the trees green or red. So if it's red, when you pull out the shovel, it will show all the mark points. So it's like any of these trees, since they respawn and they're static, you will walk over and it will show green or red. If you mark it red, the tree does not spawn back. But if you mark it green, the tree will spawn back. Then you can pull out your the stone hammer, and you can mark which trees you don't want cut. So if Mike comes over, you can be like, don't cut that tree, cut this tree, and make that tree non-respawnable with the shovel. So he will go through and be like, chop, 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 and then you could be like, yay! Let me just get this all in. Perfect. No point in that right now. By the time I go dump this, we'll be back. But yeah, the shovel would allow you to prevent trees from spawning. So effectively, you would be able to make a pathway, or you will be able to clear out so that not enemies, but so that trees don't respawn, and you can kind of make a simple pathway. That way you can be like, okay, now all these trees from here all the way over to there is all clear, so I have a straight pathway to there. And that would be really helpful over here, because then I can either come up over here, mark out all these trees all along here to here, and be like, okay, this entire set of trees, no. Or I can be like, all the way through here, these trees, no. These trees, or I can be like, okay, these trees, no, so on and so on. Or I can mark out trees along here, so I can be like, like this. Admittedly, it would be better just to head here, but those are just examples of marking the trees and doing this and that and everything else in between. Alright. So besides advanced oil, advanced mineral, advanced NPC, advanced greenhouse, I wouldn't really call it advanced garage, but maybe a double garage. In other words, it's too wide, so you can have both your vehicles stored in a nice garage. That would be kind of neat. Alright, let's go grab some more iron. Admittedly, I don't think we're getting this all done in one go, because I have hell of a lot of to do. But we have gotten a nice chunk of it, and basically at this point it's just a repeat of what I'm doing. The only difference is you're going to eventually see where it wraps around and where it stops, which I think I'll just do a quick show of that since I'm running out of time. So we'll just quickly grab all of this, and I'll go show you the full extent of how this goes. And then from there, call it end of an episode. Woo! But we have gotten nowhere near halfway. I think halfway is at the end. Actually, since the thing goes up over to about here, and we did start over there all the way over to here, I think right at the end of the barn would be about halfway. But for now, we'll just quickly slap in everything that we can into these, get this quickly done, dealt with. Perfect. So the idea is going to be this. It's going to run all the way along here, like this. This will basically be like where I'm growing my trees and harvesting trees and stuff for like production and stuff. But it goes all the way down over to here. Then it runs all the way along here. We'll have a little bit of room right here so we can run across the water and not fall into it if we need to. Then we'll have this come up all the way down over to here. Then we'll have it on this part with the garage. Now I'm trying to think, where do I want to put my gate? I could chop down these trees and build a road and put a gate over there, but I'm not really thinking about that. I'm thinking what it is we'll have it so we have the truck come down here and then turn, and somewhere in this area is going to be the gate. So we open and close here. So basically we'll drive in, turn up over here, go into here. When we need to go, we can back up, turn like this, and then drive forwards like this. That's the idea. Then I can move all these spikes out of the way of the water, make the water look nice, make the spikes look nice and orderly, and then be able to deal with the enemies with that. I gotta finish building this though. And then with this, we're going to basically travel all the way around here so we can get up and around, and then we have it go all the way up to here. So this way we don't have to worry about any idiots. Now technically if they were smart, they would jump over this spot right here. So I'm tempted to put another fence here, and put a couple more fences along that line to prevent that. But they're not that smart, at least not yet, thankfully. But yeah, that's the idea of the fence. Ran out of time. We'll get the rest of this built probably off camera. I'll probably count how much iron this is going to take and how many fence pieces we have. Woo! So, if you guys enjoyed my content, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification. I try to show tips, tricks, helpful hints, playthroughs, and all that. So if you ever want to check things out or learn things, simply watch my videos, check it, and see other games I play. If you want to be added onto the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain amount of time, I'll add you on. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and you come back for more. I'm going to get ready for the next episode, which means we'll probably do a wiring episode. And then I'll continue collecting clay so we can get a decent amount of the roof. So, in the meantime, I believe I've said everything. I'm going to let the credits roll out and prep for a few more episodes for a few things. Woo! Alrighty. Is this still running? Is he... Nope, he hasn't filled this. Bye-bye!